All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. So just so everybody knows, as you can see on the screen, your camera is off, your mic is muted, so you don't have to worry about us, pulling you in or at the last minute and, anything like that. And you can also ask any questions you have via the chat. And we do have the Q&A feature up as well. So please feel free to send those in as you think about them. And we have actually set some time aside towards the end of this webinar so we can answer any questions that you have. So Blake, let's go ahead and share our videos. Stop sharing my screen. There you are. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing very well. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, I have to say, I love your background image right there. Did you pull that one from Mortar?
I did, yes. This is part of the new stall office that they recently remodeled and redid. So yeah, super excited. It's also sustainably certified as well.
Oh, good call. Good call. Perfect for today's webinar, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So good. Well, thank you so much to everyone for joining us today. We're excited to share with you just some information about Mortar and how your company can actually benefit from being on a digital marketing platform such as ours. So towards the end of the webinar today, I'll be sharing a calendar link with everybody where you have the opportunity to set up a one-on-one meeting with a member of our team. So, today during this webinar, we are going to keep things, slightly general. But of course, when you set up that one-on-one meeting with a member of our team, we can specifically tailor our conversation to your company and your needs. And then you have the opportunity to ask every question that comes into your mind. So please look out for that. I'll be sharing that towards the end of the webinar. We will also send that out via email along with a recording of this to everybody who registered. So, well, let's go ahead and get started. So, hi everyone, I'm Lindsey Rogers. I'm a customer success manager here at Mortar, but I moonlight as a community manager for Mortar as well. And today I'm joined by Blake Adams. He's one of our account executives. So thank you so much, Blake, for joining. It's always great to have a new, fresh face here on these webinars. So not everyone's looking at me every day. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Lindsay. So yeah, I'm with the account executive team here at Mortar. So we can help answer any questions. If you've tuned in on previous webinars, I work with Logan and Jenna. They're on our team, and also Donnie Lowe. So please, any further questions, like Lindsay said, after we take a quick dive into mortar.com a little bit, and then also our sustainability certifications and filters and how that search can work. Yeah, please join us later and request a demo. So yeah, we'd love to chat with you more. So and like Lindsay said, we'll get into a general scope of things of mortar.com and our sustainability movement.
So why don't I go ahead and share my screen again? We can pull up just to kind of keep us on track a little bit here. So here we go. Go to the next slide. Right, there we go.
Yeah, so a quick run through of what we'll be doing today. So a webinar by the minute. We'll talk about some pain points within the industry. We'll also dive into what mortar.com is and some things that we can do digitally and help you market products or showcase your work that you do and all the services that you provide. Then we'll touch on our sustainability searches and filters that we now have on mortar.com that are live. We're really excited about that commitment that we're making to sustainability and the organizations that are involved with it, and also the companies that are taking action in that sector as well. And then we'll touch a little bit on our Mortar audience and different ways we can reach you. Again, we'll briefly touch on that, but please get in touch with us and request some more information so we can really dive into and have that one-on-one analysis with someone on my team and Lindsay's team to really tailor those needs that you would want from mortar.com. And then we'll touch on some Q&A.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so please make sure to send in your questions as we go through these slides with you.
Yeah, so to begin with some pain points within the industry, Of course, you've probably seen this before, impact of COVID-19. It's still going forward. We're making a lot of efforts out there, but it has put some restrictions still with us as far as travel, trade shows, and things that we're used to as far as networking and building new connections and leads and sourcing new products. Of course, the decreased foot traffic in your showrooms that are out there, and even just the face-to-face meetings with people and coming in and out of your office, a lot less foot traffic as we try to shift into that new age of living with this situation currently. And then of course shifted budgets. So money's been taken away. It's been a lot of different places. So with Mortar.com, we do have price points that we can match or help with your budgets as well, which we can discuss later. So request some more information on that. And then again, where do companies showcase sustainability? So that's a question within the industry. How can I put forth my efforts into this sector and this initiative and this movement that's going forth and growing, and or how as well too. Jumping from site to site too is one big thing that we really have heard from our sustainable consultants. People that are looking into this sector, they have to bounce around from so many places to really find what they're looking for. So we'll dive into a little bit of how Mortar can bring that all together for you. So those are some things that we'll touch on today as well. Anything to share there, Lindsay?
No, that's great. I'm glad that we looks like we'll be covering a lot today. So I think this will be really relevant to the audience.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let me go ahead and move on. There we go.
Yeah, so a little bit about what Mortar is here. So the new source for ideas, products, and pros. So we are what we like to call the all-in-one place to come and search for the commercial construction and design industry, whether it's services you're looking for with the professionals that they provide, products that are involved in the projects as well. So just everything all bundled into one area. And now we're also adding sustainability, which is bringing that in, kind of our green thing here. And one of our little sayings that we like to say, it's a space for the space makers. Yes. So, and then why is it important for you? Again, so what I like to say, Mortar is the one place for all your needs. Sustainable so here's an example. So sustainable consultants, maybe working with their client or their customer or their firm, whoever that may be, right? They are being tasked to source out, let's say 5, 10 various sustainable products for their next project they may be working on. They get into their shopping phase. And that comes to that pain point that I was speaking to. They're bouncing all over from site to site because there's so many different ways. There's not that one true area that is hosting sustainability initiatives. Well, we are bringing that all together with Mortar.com, where we have all of those different organizations, the certifications that products and projects can earn and achieve. So we are going to be showcasing that for them so they don't have to jump around. So that's just another big reason for you to come on to Mortar.com. Yeah, so we can go on a little bit, Lindsay, here. If anything else you'd like to add, please do as we move on.
I definitely will.
All right. So to go on with that, so how we're bringing that together. So being able to search certified pros and brands. So as you can see to the right on this slide here in our inspiration tab, there are different ways to add those certifications on the sustainability level, whether it's company level, project level, and product level itself as well. And you can even add other filters, what sector you're looking for, what space, what product type are you actually looking for, and then is it sustainable? So again, it's hosting all of those various information pieces that you can be looking for to be sourced out, to be spec'd in, be present in that buying or that shopping phase, and then be considered for that buying stage and being present in those various searches. And with sustainability too of us and why the importance of us adding this in, it's an only growing and becoming more prevalent in the industry. The question is being asked more and more, how we as a firm or how as an organization can we become more sustainable, less carbon footprint, green, all of those things that go in together with that, and build a better future for the industry. So it's a definitely growing need. So stay in front of it, get your products on here to, and your project, excuse me, to really showcase. So yes, definitely. Moving on to the next space where we actually dive into our product tags, which are green. So users can actually see, if you can look onto the left of the screen here, actually see which products in these spaces. We like to pride ourselves, we're imagery driven, so they can see the product in a finished setting. But they can also identify very quickly and easily what products have sustainability initiatives or certified in sustainability that they can find, and all that information behind that as well. So we're really telling their story, and really helping the user and with the information, to really, they're asking the questions, what products can I use to build a better space or a more sustainable space? What steps can I take? And then they can easily find out all that information in the product tags, which Lindsey's team helps out, in putting that together for you and telling the story on the client success manager side.
Yep, and the sustainability features found here on Mortar, we released these not too long ago. And coming from my team as a customer success manager, when we were speaking with the companies on Mortar, it was really eye-opening to us how many companies out there, have products that fit specifically into these certain sustainability, filters, or, kind of the work that goes in behind making sure that these are certified and they're a part of these associations. And I think this was definitely a great step forward for Mortar. And we're just so excited to be able to share this and have Mortar site truly be a place where everyone can search and be able to find those sustainability products or even those services too, for any of your projects out there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, which again will jump us into the next spot, but it also just helps bring that whole circle back together, of really finding out in that educational piece of being that all one-stop shop where users and individuals can come and look for in one spot instead of jumping site to site to site, to try to find all the information that they can. We gather it all and put it in one single place.
Mm-hmm.
So going along with the products that we just touched over, you can actually search for certified projects. So there's project level certifications as well. So services that you'd be looking for were architecture firms or designers, as well to engineers, anybody that helps build the space together with you, and put the products in there, they can actually earn achievements itself. So zero carbon, for example, or it can be living building challenge, as well. And then it just, it all comes together and really tells that story of what they can do for you. Because a lot of times when they're looking for, who can I reach out to find information about that? Well, this XYZ architecture firm has worked into this, space. I want to learn more. I can acquire them. And again, it's going back to that shopping phase. I'm searching for people that can help me as I want to move forward into the sustainability initiatives.
Nice. Great.
Yeah. Anything else to add there quick, Lindsey? Otherwise, we can certainly jump into the site and take a look at mortar.com live and see how some of these searches and how easily accessible these filters and product tags are.
Great. There we go. Are you able to see the site here?
Yes, I can.
Great. Let's hope everyone else can.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, this is our homepage. For anybody who hasn't seen, we'll quickly, if you just want to go up and down there, show a little bit of our homepage. Again, for more information, please, we want to touch on some few things, but we'll dive into this more in detail with someone from our team. So please request some time to sit down with us and we can really take a deeper dive. But that's a quick snippet of our homepage. A lot of information. And easily accessible information as well too, and different things that way. We break our profile, or excuse me, our website down by typically 3 to 4 spots, counting the forum. So if you want to jump into the inspiration, Lindsey, we'll take a look. So this is where all of our images live on mortar.com. So it's where I forget how many images that we now have. But again, if you scroll through, it will just filter continuously throughout all of our images, various spaces, sectors, product types, professional types. Of course, as you see at the top of the screen there above the photo feed, you can add those filters in as well. But Now that's new there is the certifications that Lindsay just put the mouse next to as well. So if you click on that, you can add any of those various filters in there as well too. So Lindsay, yeah, since you're there, why don't you click on, let's do lead gold, or then we can maybe add green guard on there as well too. And then as you can see behind that, it's filtering those images out. So then we can go back to the inspiration feed, and all of these photos will be relevant to those searches with those filters on there. So why don't we just click on the first one there, framery, and let's take a look at what that gives us, viewing the details.
Mhm.
So of course, it's going to tell us about who is showcasing this actual image, which is framery, and then it will give me some details on the image and the project itself. So if you go and look into the image here, you can see there's one with green, but there's also a couple with just our white product tags as well. So Lindsay, why don't you click on that one for me, just to give them a quick example of what that looks like. But then again, that distinctive green, it's showcasing that sustainability there. So if I click on that, I get all this information on the product. It's telling the story of what the product is, some details that went into it, links for product information, downloading specs, sending messages, but it also provides the information of their sustainability initiatives that they have. So the environmental, the health products, and then also green guard. So there's 3 different things in the sustainability sector where an individual looking, they might have to go to all 3 separate websites to find out that Framery has this product that's environmentally protected declared, a green guard declared, and also health protect declared. Like it's, and we're bringing that all into one image here and one informational piece. So it's, yeah, and we're bringing that all in one-stop shop together.
There you go.
Anything to add there, Lindsay, before we move on?
No, I think you've really covered all of this. I love how, Mortar's site, we've made it so easy to distinguish, which products really fit into those categories with this green little dot here. And also too, if you notice here by Framery's name, there's a green little leaf there as well. And that's just to showcase which companies take advantage of these sustainability features now here on Mortar. You can see that there, but also within any image, that green little product hotspot, product tag right there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And this is something that your team helps with as well, of putting all of this information and pieces together too. So to really tell that story, get the information out there so the user can source and spec out your product as quickly and easily as possible. And in some cases, order samples as well too. So Lindsay's team helps put that together. So it really, really makes it a user-friendly experience and gathering a bunch of information that they are looking for and needing that phase that they're in.
Yeah, and our team, when we work with these different companies that are showcasing their work here on Mortar, we do help to make sure that your profile is as full and robust as possible. And with that comes, any of the sustainability features that you may be taking part of. But also you have, my team here as a resource to help assist you with getting all of this populated, or to help you with the easiest, most efficient way to add this information to your profile. So, and we do that day in and day out. So we're the experts here, and we'll help you and make you an expert too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Wonderful team to work with. But yeah, let's dive in. Let's speaking of that, of some of what you guys do as well. Why don't we go into the pros or brand section of mortar.com, where if you know exactly what you're looking for, whether it's a pro or a brand, you can go directly into that tab as well, into that section of the pro end of the website. And again, you can search, more specific of what you're looking for. And again, adding on to certifications as well too. So you can really be honing in, but again, that's the key of building in those sustainability certifications, so they can come and look for that. So if we want to click into that, Lindsay, let's take a quick look at a profile of who might be in a certification. So let's go up and do LEED Gold or Silver, or Living Building Challenge, excuse me. Any one of those. We can add a couple if you want.
LEED Silver. Let's click on LEED Silver and see where that takes us.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, so as you can see here, it's going to populate some companies with the green leaves, of course, that have earned just the LEED silver, that are certified in that space as well. So there we've got 6, 7 companies right there and for you. Tells us a little bit about their story, what services they do provide. So if we want to go up and click into, I'm looking for a general contractor, we can click into stall. Let's see what services they provide. So we can click into their profile, and that will take us into that.
Great. There we go.
Again, really hones in on that green leaf next to their name. So they do have those initiatives as well. So if we, continue to scroll through, this is how our profiles are set up. And of course, we'll dive into a little bit deeper of how we can set those up and be more customizable. But really, it's helping tell the story as well. And Lindsey's team will help put this together. So it's areas of expertise, where they're located, what sustainability certifications have they earned, of course, their professional type, and then projects that they've worked on. So there's various tagging that you can do on a product level and also a professional level. So anybody you've collaborated on these various projects with, you can find out who they've worked with. Of course, as Lindsey clicks on that, you can see anybody that they've worked with as well. So this is a quick snippet of what, and a general idea of what the profiles will look like as we fill in that. And Lindsey's team really helps populate all of this as well. So they will definitely take care of you on that aspect. So it's not a lot of work for you to do. But again, it's just helping learn and educate and find what these companies can do for you and provide services. So yeah, let's go into a little bit more, Lindsey, of how can you come on to mortar.com and reach our audience, and provide or look into a more strategic way of us putting forth those efforts for you. If we want to go back to the slides.
Perfect. Give me just a second here. Go back to that.
Yeah, and again, any questions on those profiles too, we'd love to show you more around those as well. So please spend, we'll provide links, schedule a time with us. We'll dive into a deeper way as well to you. So next, what we'll talk about real quick is, we have a lot of different ways that we can help subscribers reach the audience in many different levels. So we have mortar.com itself. We have various email campaigns, the forum, which is another piece, our press side of things, written authored articles, targeted audiences that we can campaign to, and then of course, social media. So there's a lot of ways that we can do that and really put forth and tell your story on a whole scope company level of any initiatives you're doing. It's a really fun way, an interactive way, and very customizable. That's the biggest thing that we can do for you and really satisfy your needs and your wants, and really identify the marketing strategy that you want to go forth. So you can have a sit down one-on-one with someone from Lindsey's team or my team or really anybody on Mortar, and we can really put together that marketing strategy for you to be the most successful and really get your story told and your products out there and your brand awareness to be discovered, of course, and to build new connections and new opportunities.
Yeah, and I want to say too, just to add on to that. So, with my team, what we do in the customer success team is work with the companies on Mortar day in and day out to really determine the best areas in which you fit. So I'm sure you see all of these options located here, and maybe you're not really strong on social, or maybe who knows where your downfalls or the upsides of your company may be. And we will really work with you strategically to determine where you fit in best. I'm not sure if you follow Mortar on social media just yet, but we have a team that's dedicated to curating some great content to put on there. And it's we always say, it's not about Mortar. And we say that with the forum too, which is where all of our stories live. And the first thing when you jump over there is it's not about Mortar. It's about the companies and the products and the brands that are using the site. So each of these different areas are solely focused on making sure that you're getting the traffic that you want to your profile. Maybe you're getting the traffic that you want to your website, depending on what you're sharing out there. So we will work strategically with you to make sure that you're comfortable with the marketing efforts that you'd like to use, and that we can fit your price point and that it looks the way you'd like it to.
Absolutely. So you hit the nail on the head there too. There's a lot of different ways that we can strategically go after the numbers, analytics, anything that you want in return of investing into a platform such as Mortar.com. And of course, fitting the budget, getting the right price point for you. So please, again, request some time. We'll dive into some pricing with you that way. And of course, dive into deeper anything that you would really want to go into in more further detail. We'd be happy to talk with you on a more, of course, level that way. So, yeah, we can go to questions and yeah, a little Q&A, Lindsay.
Yeah, let's do that. So we've had a little bit coming through the chat, and somebody just gave us a shout out that they really enjoy our Instagram live stories that we tell. So that's a relatively new thing that Mortar's been taking part in.
Mhm.
And you as a company showcasing your work on Mortar can do so too, where we truly do it live, through Instagram, and it's, real people from our team and real companies using the platform. And it's so much fun because, it's not scripted, kind of like this webinar too. We're kind of going off the cuff a little bit on some of it, but
Yeah, right.
it's same thing with Instagram live. And, our team, we're super energetic, and we really love we love working for Mortar, but we love supporting the companies on the platform too. So we really hope that you'll, schedule this one-on-one meeting so that you can join the Mortar, atmosphere and be a part of our, our great website that's here to really support you in your digital marketing efforts.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was hoping we'd get some more questions coming through, but we must have been, so thorough in our webinar today that there's no
Well, I hope not. I hope they are just saving all their questions for a more deeper dive into Mortar.com and our team as well. So let's hope they're saving it for those opportunities.
Yeah, and as we're talking about that, I'm going to go ahead and put the calendar link in the chat so you can schedule your one-on-one meeting with a member of our team so that you can have all your answers or all your questions answered. So I'm going to put that in here. And then we did get one come through right now. So who uses, and Blake, this might be a good one for you, who uses our website most? Who uses Mortar most?
Who uses Mortar most? It's a very good question. And yeah, definitely we can, how I would say that would be the A&D community for sure, would be the biggest users of our platform, looking for inspiration, sourcing out products, and new things to work with. So definitely a great spot for them to come and use the platform and find out certifications as well. And a lot of those, that A&D community, they're looking to be LEED certified, for example, and looking for products to go into that sustainability initiative as well. So then you can definitely a great place for them to come and source that information out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we did get a quick comment too. Somebody has done their research and they've seen that Mortar is priced very competitively compared to other platforms. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody did ask too. Oh, did you have something else to say about that, Blake?
Oh yeah, we can, we tailor to budgets. So whatever type of budget that you might have put forth, we can definitely work with you on any level. So that's our competitive nature that way. So we are there for you.
Yeah, and then we have some additional questions coming in. So does it cost to be a user on the site? And I could speak a little bit to this, and then Blake, you jump in too.
Sure.
So you can actually use the site for free. But to be able to take advantage of, my team who really builds all this for you and works strategically with, your marketing plan for the year and how Mortar can support you, that would be with a paid subscription to Mortar.com. So if you want more information about that, please schedule a quick meeting with a member of the team, and we can specifically share with you the costs, what all that looks like, what's included, and then we can kind of go back and forth and answer your questions.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. Again, go register to be a user. It's free, definitely. We love to have that come on, but again, yeah, like Lindsay said, schedule some time with us. That's free as well. We don't charge for doing a demo at all or having a meeting. So please come and talk to us with any questions, and we can answer in further detail and really see how we can fit you and your needs in the digital space. So there's, again, a lot of ways that we can be there for you. So it's just having that conversation that we can really define that for you.
Yeah. And then we got another question too. So is there an additional cost to use our sustainability filters? And there's not.
Mhm.
So, if you have your company profile on the site, that is included with any profile out there to, put those sustainability filters onto, maybe it's the products you have or the services you provide, or maybe it was just a project that you worked on that is, maybe it's lead gold or lead platinum. You're able to add that information to any of your projects on
Mhm.
Mortar. Mhm.
Yeah, and if there's two, we feel we have a very good base of those initiatives and those achievements and accreditations that you can earn. But if there's anything that you have, we can always take it in consideration and adding in the filters as well too. So anything that's out there that you have questions on, let's schedule some time. We'll chat about it and see what we can do. And because we want to again be able to have you be found for those different certifications.
Yep, we definitely do. And, I think we've said it before, but we want Mortar to be that one-stop shop for anyone in the commercial construction and design industry. So instead of having to find your inspiration over on Google or Pinterest, and then you have to go to the website, and then you have to go here to get their spec, and then you have to, check out their social channels to see what else is going on. We're really hoping that Mortar can take that frustration out of your search, and it can really be that, one-stop shop. And, when you do go on mortar.com, click on a company profile, and you can actually see all the different ways that we make it easy for somebody to reach out to that company and send a message. So whether you're on their profile specifically, or you find their image through that inspiration tab, that continuous scroll of images, you can reach out to somebody directly there or through their product hotspot links. You can do any of that. So we try to make it as easy as possible to have your questions answered and to make it a collaborative audience. We want everyone working together. Let's network. Let's, build our pipeline and expand, expand our horizons out there so that we are always growing.
Yeah, so many different ways to the user can engage with profiles and images and products. So like you said, the one-stop shop, so they don't have to bounce around from site to site. And that's a big frustration. Why it's a thing where why isn't there somewhere that it has everything? Well, that's what Mortar is. That's the idea behind it. And that's where the founding foundations that we are built upon came from. The frustrating bouncing back and forth to different areas. Well, we're putting that all together for you. So come and join us. So make it easier on yourself.
Yep, definitely. And it's funny too, because that's kind of how Mortar came to be.
Mhm.
Our founders were having these same pain points in the industry, and they really thought there has to be a better way. So, mortar.com was built out of that passion and to the frustration that was in the industry. And especially with this last year, with COVID-19 being so prevalent in all of our lives, I think it really has shown everybody that, having your company and your projects and what it is that you do online in a digital marketing capacity. I mean, it was already coming, but now I think we've all been really pushed forward to say, okay, you need to adopt this now, to remain successful and to, get your name and your products out in front of the audience that will, be beneficial for everybody.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
and to go on that point too, it's only going to grow. The digital space is only going to grow more so, and then even again the sustainability movements as well too, and putting forth those efforts, the time and energy, the resources. It's all going to shift to that, but definitely specifically for Mortar.com, that digital space. Who knows when we can really go back to some of the older ways. That will probably open up again in the future, but as times change, and again, like Lindsey said, you adapt. And we're trying to adapt for the users and take away those frustrations and those pain points for you to really be successful.
So let's see if we have any other questions. Oh, we do have one more that's come in. So are Mortar users mainly in the US or are they global?
That's a good question. We do have a global presence, but primarily it is the U.S. Canada area for sure. But we do have we have subscribers in New Zealand and some users that are spread out across globally.
Mhm.
But yes, primarily in the U.S. and Canada.
And I can say that we definitely have those international users because a coworker of mine, he has to schedule his meetings 6 a.m. Central Standard Time to meet them 5 p.m. whatever their time zone is.
Yeah.
I apologize, I don't know, but
Yeah.
so yeah, we definitely can accommodate everybody, and Mortar's growing every day, so we've been having users and companies showcasing on the site from all over. So, but primarily US.
Yep, yep, all over the place. US, Australia, or excuse me, Europe, Australia, everywhere. There. So yeah, don't let the distance. We accommodate for anybody. So so anybody has any time, we'll set it up for you.
Yeah. So it looks like we've answered all the questions that are being asked. Blake, anything else you'd like to share before we say goodbye?
No, just thanks again for everybody who came today. And of course, please check out the link, schedule some time to go more in depth with us and someone on the team. So we'd be happy to do so. We touched on a lot of things today, but of course, that's only scratching the surface on each one. We can really dive into a more honed in process for you and look at mortar.com itself. So please, again, schedule some time. As low as Logan, like I said, stop by the gift shop, get your free demo. I think you said something like that.
I did. Yeah, that's your parting gift.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much, Blake, for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone out there for giving us a little bit of your time. Well, as a gift, we'll also give you some of your time back. So, but please know that an email will be going out tomorrow with a recorded version of this webinar, as well as that calendar link, just in case you happen to miss it today. So that'll go out. And then lastly, follow Mortar on social. That's where we're always, posting and updating, the new things happening with Mortar, whether it's website updates, new webinars, fun things. So it's all on there. You can find it there. So
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah,
Well,
thanks for having me, Lindsay, and thanks for everybody who came. So yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.